for the big broadcast.
We're not professional podcasters.
Say what?
We barely know what we're doing.
It's funny because it's true.
But we have fun anyway.
I'm here to podcast.
Does everybody know what time it is?
We're going streaky! Yeah!
No, we're not. It's time for movies, pop culture, and more with the all-new Culture Cast, starting now. I'm Nick.
I'm the Goram.
And I'm Jen.
And this is the all-new Culture Cast. And we are not done with Christmas yet, folks.
No, we are not.
We got one more Christmas in us.
Is it necessary? No, but we're going to do it.
Jen, this was your suggestion to do a Christmas sprint.
Well, I thought it was more of my suggestion because I brought up the Netflix making the call out to whoever has watched this like 18 times in 3 days, get help. And I was like, well, let's do it. I thought it was me who called it.
All right, well, how about we give equal billing? Because, Jen, you had brought it up last week, and then Gorehound, you're like, let's do it. So
All
you
right.
two could battle it out for credit. I don't really care, honestly.
Absolutely. Let's just physically fight.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to do that. An all-new Culture Cast Battle Royale.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think that a podcast about fighting is probably all that popular. I mean, maybe there's like some WWE podcasts out there.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin has a podcast.
He
But
does.
I assume he's not narrating fights as they're happening. I guess I don't know that he isn't.
And I remember listening to a few of those, and it was just like really weird. I think people should stick to a single medium of entertainment.
Like us, who go from podcasts to movies to the music of Kesha to...
Well, we don't go, let's do a audio podcast, and then we're like, oh, let's do a video one. Let's do a live stage performance. Let's record an album. And it's just like...
We should record an album.
Would it be that great?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Well, we have lots of Christmas prints to discuss, but before we get into that, let's go back to one of our favorite topics, favorite subjects. Subjects, I don't know, what is it? Segments, thank you, that's the word. What have you been watching?
What have you been watching?
Okay, so I have something a little bit different. So I went to go see a play
Nice.
a couple weeks ago, and it was called In the Next Room, or The Vibrator Play. And it was pretty phenomenal. I don't get to see live theater as often as I'd like to. But
Did it star Stone Cold Steve Austin?
It does not. It was pretty great. It was this play about the invention of the vibrator, which was originally a medical device used to treat female hysteria. So the play centers around a man who is a doctor who's been administering treatment to help all these women. I mean, he considers himself very scientific, and his wife, meanwhile, is deeply unsatisfied with their love life and, doesn't really know what to do. She's having trouble breastfeeding, and, they hire a wet nurse. I mean, this all takes place in, 1870, I believe, or thereabouts. Anyway, it was really good. It was performed by the Timeline Theater Company here in Chicago.
Oh, I love Timeline. I've seen a bunch of plays by them.
Yeah.
And by a bunch, I mean 2. But I've wanted to go see more.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of their productions, and every time I've gone, it's been great. And this was no exception. It was very, very fun, great actors in it. It just reminded me how important it is that we have, lots and lots of different kinds of art out there for us to all engage in. It was very cool to see something that, you don't get to see too often discussed as a topic.
Get a little culture in you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I will say, though, there is also, so for people who don't live in Chicago 2 weeks ago when the show was still happening, there was a movie about the invention of the vibrator 5 years ago. And actually, what was really great was I went to go see it with a friend of mine who was heavily pregnant at the time. And so we're in this tiny theater with only this little art house theater with only 4 screens. And, so it's me and my friend and then a couple of people on, dates. And this woman comes in with, 3 kids.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all kind of look at each other and we're like, I'm looking at my friend and we're both looking at, all the other people
does she
in the
know
room.
what she walked into?
And finally, someone was just like, just so you know, you might be in the wrong theater. Well, she'd been trying to see Brave, which was 1 theater door over. So anyway, so people should go out and learn a little bit more about their sex toy history.
Interesting.
No, that's cool.
Given the topic, that totally sounds like a play you would seek out to go and see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Female empowerment through pleasure. Absolutely.
All right. Very cool. Gorehound, what about you?
I have I've been off of work for a week and 1 day now, so I've had quite a bit of time, but unfortunately, but I got to see 2 movies that I've been looking forward to seeing. One of them was Better Watch Out, which is a Christmas horror movie at the Redbox right now, and it was so frustrating in a good sense. It was a really good movie, but I just hated everything that was happening. It's about this kid who is torturing his babysitter, and each step of the way he's like, oh, I'm going to get away with all of this. And each step you see him covering his steps up so that at the end of the movie you're like, he better not get away with this. And it's just, it's very suspenseful. I got my heart beating quite a bit for this. It was good. But sometimes, I feel like we need this kind of movie occasionally where we just hate the main character so much just to, really take us out of our comfort zone. So I won't spoil the ending because it is a pretty good ending. The other one I watched was Flatliners, the 2017 Flatliners.
What did you think of it?
It wasn't as bad as everybody was saying it was.
I was going to say, I feel like everything I read about it was, oh my god, why'd they do it? It's not like the original was a classic, but this is real bad.
Right, I mean, it wasn't great, but at the same time, it was just 3 out of 5. It's okay. I initially didn't want to see it in theaters because I heard that Ellen Page dies within the first 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm like, what's the point of seeing this if the only reason
just
I'm going...
like her career.
If, the reason I'm going to go see this is going to die first third of the movie, why am I going to sit through the other hour? But she doesn't die. There's only 40 minutes of the entire movie where she's not in it, so I'm like, she's in it for more than half. But yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it's not awful. 3 out of 5. And
with that ringing endorsement.
Yeah. And other than that, I haven't really watched a whole lot of movies or things worth mentioning. Oh, I did start watching Shark Tank, the
I'm sorry.
TV series. I cannot remember who said it, but they said it's Shark Tank is one of the best series on TV today. I was like, I don't know about that. And so
False.
I watched 3 episodes, and it is intriguing.
It is a very addicting show, but man, the sharks sometimes just drive me up a wall.
Yeah. But it's fun to watch. I'll give it that, because we typically go to Food Network for our zoning out while eating dinner, and we switched to that, and it was intriguing. Good change of pace. All right, Nick, let's hear it.
Not a whole lot. I mean, with the holidays that just went past, we been watching a couple Christmas movies in the background, and the Kiwi and I watched Bad Santa 2.
Oh, I want to hear your review.
We knew going in that it got lousy reviews, and in most cases, anytime you have a sequel that's almost 10 years, or I guess in this case more than 10 years since the original came out.
Did you see the original?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Rarely you get a good outcome, but all things said and done, I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong, but I was entertained. There were some pretty funny moments in it. I don't know. I enjoyed myself watching it. So I mean, I didn't see why the internet got so angry about, like why they were so. It's not as odious as the internet makes it out to seem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I also saw a little independent film called Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never. Yeah, it's just it's been flying underneath the radar.
Yeah,
I thought
I
it was
saw
okay.
that one also.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I kind of covered it in the latest Thor's Hour of Thunder.
I thought it was okay. I think I liked the previous one, Force Awakens, a little bit better.
Most definitely.
It's the internet hates this movie, and I can't quite figure out why. Because I thought it's a little messy, a little jumbled, a little long at parts, but it's not terrible. I mean, It's not like a garbage film, but I don't know. Maybe it's fan expectations, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I'd watch it again.
Yeah, definitely.
I got nothing for the news this week, but let's go to everyone's favorite subject.
Not much on that front.
Man crush of the week? Nothing?
No, and I stand by it. There has been no male celebrities, no male icons that have really stood up to me this week. It's like...
Okay, let's try something else. So, the big question on the internet is, who is your favorite Chris?
Favorite Chris? I haven't heard this one.
So, you pick from Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, and... Who am I not thinking of?
Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Are those my choices?
Those are the Chris's you have to pick from.
Are there no
Because
other
they all
Chris actors?
basically look the same.
There's Chris O'Donnell and Christopher
No, you
Walken.
can only pick from these 4 Chris's.
Oh. Well, between those, I would say hands down Chris Pine.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 reasons. He was in Wonder Woman. Awesome in there.
Sure.
And this is a weird one, but there's Angie Tribeca commercials, or there were Angie Tribeca commercials, and they were advertising his presence in one of the episodes, and they advertised him as Crisp Ein because they didn't want to say his full name. And I just loved it. Like CRISP, last name INE. And I got the biggest thrill out of it. So I stand firm with that decision. And I stand firm that Chris Pratt is, I think, my least favorite Chris. Because I am Team Anna Faris.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're upset that he left Anna Faris? Maybe she left him. We
I don't
know the
know.
full story.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know who left who, Jen?
So I know she just wrote a book, and I don't know if it's out yet or if it is still coming out.
It is out because I'm reading it currently.
Okay, so I guess it's out currently.
Yeah.
So I would guess the answer is in there, but I don't know specifically. No.
Yeah. I have not gotten to that part, though. Apparently, the book was amended to basically to have been written by a single Anna Faris, recently divorced Anna Faris.
Oh, so they put some stuff in there like, no, I'm divorced.
Yeah. Well, it's from the tone of voice that she is divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a happy tone of voice or like a depressed tone of voice?
It doesn't seem like they pretty much changed the tense of sentences. So
Interesting.
Like,
So it was published before she got divorced?
Correct. Yeah, and Chris Pratt wrote a foreword, and it still stands like they didn't want to take it out, and it like...
I love my wife. She's so great. You'll love her book because she's great and talking about our marriage, how solid it is.
Right, and now it's like, well, our friendship is great, and I really appreciate our friendship, and we are the best of friends. So it's like, it's kind of like, okay, we got it. So, yeah, you guys can read it if you're interested, because I was actually going to borrow Nick's copy of the Anna Kendrick book this year, but time got away from me.
I don't own a copy of it.
I thought you did.
I own a copy, but I don't think I ever said I'd lend it to you. But I would.
Okay.
I I read it because I rented it from the library or checked it out from the library. I think the Kiwi has it on her Kindle, and we were going to do a podcast about it, but it's been almost a year, and that hasn't happened yet.
Hey, it's never too late.
Yeah, it is. And, we're going to be home for the next month.
Yeah.
And so we might find some time to do it then. So who knows?
All right.
We also want to do a podcast episode on air fryers. So that might be happening down the line as well.
That'd be fun.
Actually, I'm not going to lie. That sounds amazing.
All right. Well,
I
two
don't
ringing
know that it
endorsements.
sounds on brand, but I love it.
We don't plan on, if we do it, we're not going to be like, buy this brand. We're going to talk about it in general.
Yeah.
But
On New Culture Cast's first product endorsement.
yeah, right.
If you could, I just got an Instant Pot for Christmas, so if you could do one on Instant Pot and then come over and teach me how to use it, that'd be great.
Well, the Kiwi can do that because we do own an Instant Pot.
What is an Instant Pot? I'm not familiar.
It's sort of like a slow cooker, but it has more settings. I don't know, people use it to make yogurt and chicken and like all sorts of stuff.
Is it a pressure
it,
cooker?
Locks when you cook it. I know that. Like, you can't look at things the way you can on like a slow cooker. So
It's a pressure cooker.
It does both. It's a slow cooker and pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it has lots of options.
All right.
Yeah, so do a podcast on that one too. Thanks.
Okay. We'll maybe we'll do a kitchen item podcast because I don't know if we can talk for an hour on gas fryer. So things to look forward to in 2018, people.
I'm getting excited.
All right. Are we
A Christmas
are we done
Prince.
talking about
Let's
the
do
Chris? Enough about Chris's. Let's talk about Christmas. see how I segued into that?
But it's not really a Christmas movie. Let's just get that out.
It's what?
It's not really a Christmas movie, so let's just get that out in the open.
It definitely straddles that line.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about A Christmas Prince. Now, Jen, you first brought this to our attention.
Well,
okay, Gorehound, you first brought this to our attention.
Okay.
Last week.
We discussed it last week.
We did.
Right.
And
it came up in conversation.
What's the just to refresh our listeners? What's the story about this? Why is this movie blipping on the cusp of pop culture's radar?
Well, just from my watching of the internet, I think first of all, it's sort of a movie. So, there's always been a tradition of sort of like the Hallmark movie, right? Which is, like bland white people wearing sweaters fall in love, usually tied to a holiday. Not always.
But Christmas seems to be a big one, I feel like.
Christmas is a big one. Yeah, I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find one that, like, centers on Hanukkah or, like, Flag Day. But, so anyway,
Dude, a Flag Day romantic comedy on Hallmark? That'd be awesome.
But they're great because they're like a certain, if you put one on, you know exactly what you're going to get, right? You're going to get like two people meant to be together. The plot is going to put them together. The plot is going to tear them apart for a little while, but not because somebody is like secretly addicted to drugs or like shooting up in the bathroom or like secretly is married. None of that stuff is going to happen.
They need to end the second act somehow so they can have a third act. So they need to have what's called the bridge in order for them to fall apart and then fall back.
Look at you analyzing this.
Yeah. So, I'll say it. I think a Hallmark movie can be kind of good for the soul. It's good for sort of background watching or like,
But we shouldn't say that this is a Hallmark movie because technically it is not.
This is definitely a made-for-Netflix movie, but it definitely kind of apes the tradition of the Christmas Hallmark movie.
Yep.
And I think it's, first of all, that a lot of people have Netflix, and a lot of the people who have Netflix also have a Twitter, and those people wanted to tweet about this movie.
Of all movies.
I think, like I said, it was the right place, right time, and it just kind of caught the popular culture, where it was like bad enough to be enjoyable, but good enough to hold your attention for an hour and a half.
But I have a different story as to why I wanted to bring this up. Because there was a Netflix tweeted, December 10th. And the tweet was, to the 53 people who've watched A Christmas Prince every day for the past 18 days, who hurt you? So after that, I was like, I have to watch this movie, whether it's good, whether it's awful. I just need to watch it because I want to be in line with this. The Graveyard Queen was completely confused with this because she was like, you want to watch this, but it's not a scary movie. It's not a horror movie.
Her brain is like breaking. Like I fail. It does not compute.
Right.
Error 404.
Is Kat Dennings in this? Is Rashida Jones in this? Why do you want to watch this? And so we ended up watching it, and it was. We'll get to it. So.
So let's, with your guys' permission, let's talk a little about the plot. So the plot has a young journalist, yes, she's a gerbilist.
Real into gerbils.
A journalist who's thrown into an assignment. Her name's Amber. Thrown into an assignment to get some details about this prince from this vaguely British nation called Alvadovia, or whatever it's pronounced.
It does not actually exist, for the record.
Yeah, it's totally fictional. And by craziness, she winds up sneaking into the castle and being mistaken for a tutor for the young princess of the castle. And she realizes that she can utilize this to her advantage to try to learn more about the titular Christmas prince, because he may advocate the throne. He's known to be like a playboy, gallivanting across the world, and everyone wants to know what his deal is. It's kind of like, as historical events are happening right now, he's kind of like a Prince Harry in many ways. But turns out he's really not. It's just the persona that the media's thrown on him. And as the movie goes, she and the prince get close and fall in love, and someone tries to take his throne, and there's something about adoption and acorns and poems and nonsense, and in the end he becomes the king, and they get engaged despite the fact they've only known each other for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm glad they at least acknowledge that, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first 15-20 minutes, you already can plan out the rest of the movie, which is fine.
Absolutely. People need their comfort food.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, half of my scary movies are just 5 teens getting slaughtered in a forest, and I'll just keep on coming back to it every week. So, works for me. I'm sure it works for other people too.
How many dead teenagers would you say you've seen?
Oh, I guess we could just make this a math equation. I suppose I watch one slasher at least every month. I've been watching horror movies for, many, many years. Multiply that by the Halloweens, and you got a big pile.
That was an amazing math problem. Thank you very much.
So, what are your initial thoughts of...
Nick, did you like this movie?
I was going into this movie expecting the worst because, people have been crapping on this movie, and so I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get this thing down. This is going to be great, how terrible it's going to be. And it's not a great movie, but I didn't think it was that terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd watch it again anytime soon. But the characters were likable enough. I mean, the plot is predictable, but, whatever. I mean, the main character of Amber, played by Rose McIver, I believe is how you pronounce her name.
From iZombie.
From iZombie, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was surprised when I saw her pop up. I'm like, oh, she does other things.
Yeah.
I mean, likable characters, cheesy, but, inoffensive. I didn't see why people were saying how bad it was. But, I mean, let me preface, it's not good, but it's not nearly as awful as the internet was making it seem to be. So.
But these types of movies aren't meant to be good, and they're not meant to be bad either. It's just like they kind of just exist in their own, I don't know, B-movie universe that's just they're like a romance novel. Well, this is a romance, just like a romance novel where it's just, they're just going to keep on coming out and people are just going to keep on reading them. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
So if they're trying to become like a Notebook, then this is a swing and a miss. But they're not.
Jen, what was your opinion of The Christmas Prince?
Listen, I watched it by myself, and I thought it was pretty fun. But then, in the days leading up to Christmas, when we were hanging out with Thor's extended family of approximately 700 people, we did watch it like as a big group.
Yeah.
And I will say, I think this movie is made to be watched at like a party, where you can kind of wander in, wander out, grab some more wine, wander back to get more wine, and then also some dessert. I think it's exactly the sort of movie that like should be watched, with several people, because it's just, as silly as it is when you're watching it by yourself, it's much sillier when you're watching it with many people.
Yeah.
So, I'd say I agree. If this movie is trying to become some sort of like romantic classic, it's failed. But if what this movie is trying to do is bring attention to Netflix, it has succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, enough so that Netflix had tweeted about it in what Gorehound was talking about a little earlier. So
yeah, because I don't know if Netflix has made any other romance movies, but as far as I'm concerned, this is their first one. And I mean, it's kind of, I might
done other ones.
I might watch this again next year, in maybe tradition. I don't know.
I'd love it.
But
so Gorehound, this is your new favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, let's not jump ahead there.
It's better than Santa's Sleigh?
I will hang up. I will disconnect you from this conversation. My opinion of this was it was pretty fun. It was very simple, and the only part that kind of irked me was the British aspect of it, the British humor and the royalty. I can't get behind that. It's too romantic and distanced from reality.
I didn't catch any British humor in that. It felt very Americanized.
Are you kidding?
Oh, I agree. I think it felt like what Americans think royalty is like.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about like British humor, like something you'd see in a British comedy show.
Oh no, like it's just like talking.
Like making fun of the British monarchy sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I was thinking of something else.
I was like,
Like, did they take the help to the party?
Yeah.
Well, why?
It's like, I don't know if that's how people talk or what in, Moldova, but...
Yeah, that's like rich people talk.
Yeah. So that was the only part that I had a difficult time getting behind, because, like, the things that they say, like, that Amber is the main character. Things that she say can be, like, almost iconic and repeatable, but when...
Like what? Give me an example of what's so iconic and repeatable that what she says.
In a stupid way. That's just... Things that she says are in every other...
It's like very generic.
Right. The script is, in the most sense, a simple and uncomplicated script.
I mean, this script was written in a weekend, and then at the end they were like, should we reread it? And they were like, nah.
It's
and
good.
then they played golf.
Yeah, they're going to basically put this script in another movie, cast different actors, put it in California, and re-release it with a different name.
The California Prince at Christmas time.
Right, the Easter Prince. And put it in some other made-up country, because it'll work, They put it in summer, somebody's having a picnic, and then the little... It's not a handicapped girl, it's not a girl in a wheelchair, it's like, I don't know, a girl with cancer, and they go play volleyball,
Yeah, I would watch that.
Yeah, and we would do a podcast on it, too.
I was talking with the Kiwi beforehand, and there are quite a few Netflix original movies now. There should be, if there isn't one already, they should make one, a podcast where each episode you look at a new Netflix movie, and you'd be golden. You'd have enough material there.
Yeah, because they're releasing them quite frequently.
Yeah, according to Wikipedia, and I don't see why it wouldn't be wrong, Netflix released an estimated of 126 original series or films in 2016. 126.
Oh, you could
That's
do...
insane.
What?
Yeah, according to Wikipedia. I mean, granted, who knows if it's right. But,
yeah, you could release a podcast every 2 weeks and, fill out a year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it takes into account, what do you call it?
TV series.
TV shows, documentaries, stand-up comedy specials, and movies. So, I mean, it's just quite a large berth of stuff there.
Yeah.
We've been talking for about, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes. I want to switch gears very slightly. Can we talk about some of the plot holes in this movie?
Absolutely.
Here's the major plot hole that I noticed in this film. Well, there are many, but this one really stood out. And then there are some really bad filmmaking choices I noticed. But the first is, at the end of the movie, she tries to get her article printed at her newspaper or magazine or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, no, we're not interested. You would think an expose on one of the biggest people in the media would, be something you'd want. And they're like, nah, it's a puff piece, I don't care. And so she promptly quits her job. But instead of going to a rival publication who'd be all over this, she instead just, I'm going to make a blog. And
that's not profitable at all.
Right.
Like, that seems like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I make bad choices. Which might be within her character. Who knows? Because she only owns one pair of red Chucks, and that's her only shoes in the entire movie.
Were those in other parts of the movie? Did I miss them? Because I only saw it in the scene when she was wearing the dress.
She wore it in every single part. Like, even in the professional news briefing, she looked like a college kid and stuck out like a sore thumb. All the other journalists were in, like, suits, ties, or professional dress.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
And that's weird, because why did she have so much clothing if she was only going there for a quick interview?
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
It's weird. I mean... Right. The fact that she can't sell this story, even if the story is pro the prince, like, even if it's very much like, oh, it turns out he's actually a real nice guy and not a cat at all. Like, people will publish that, Like, people would be like, okay, wait a second. You snuck into this guy's house for a week and a half? Like, I think it's time I think we go ahead and publish that.
Yeah, they're going to love the juicy insight and details.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Oh no, just absolutely. I think we need to acknowledge that for a movie that that where the main premise is that a fashion magazine decides to send her to another country for a press conference.
That
really makes no sense.
And can we talk about how dumb these royals are, or how easily swayed these royals are? Like
or how they have no security.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But so towards the end of the movie, when they're about to crown the Prince Richard, they're about to crown him, and they're like, "Does anyone object?" And the cousin's like, "I object." Or actually, I guess it was the ex-girlfriend, but whatever. And it's like, "We have proof that he's adopted," and they show the birth certificates. Instead of like saying we need to investigate this because this is big news, instead of doing that, they say we'll believe you and your documents wholesale, regardless of any investigation, because we need to move this coronation on. You would think they'd be like, we need to investigate this claim because that's a big deal. We'll postpone this until further notice.
Well, I think it was the fact that the Queen was like, yeah, it's true.
Well, because it was signed or sealed or whatever it was with the original King Richard's handwriting or whatever it was.
Still,
maybe it's like wax seal or something.
Well, that was
agreed.
And then that brings me to the second point later on when the prince comes back and says, "See, the king had one final decree before he died." You think instead of just, well, okay, they would investigate that a little bit further before just saying, like, all right, cousin douchebag, you're out. We're going to go with this guy who apparently everyone loves, despite the fact that everyone thinks he's an irresponsible doofus.
Yeah.
I could just imagine if this was in our country, there'd be, like, fake news and a whole bunch of tweeting going on, but it's just, but then again, it's a movie. You can't look too deep into something like this in this type of movie. So I have a question for you guys. Where does where does Amber live? Like when she's, in America, where's her office at?
Well, sometimes it's in New York and sometimes it's in Chicago.
So you caught that, didn't you?
Yes.
I didn't. I just thought she worked in an office.
So, the beginning of the movie, during the opening credits, where they clearly couldn't have, what's the actual name of the Christmas song? Oh, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. They had like an off version of that song being played during all the credits. They're showing establishing shots of New York because the movie starts out in New York, except for one blaring out-of-place shot of Chicago, which you could tell it's Chicago because you can clearly see the Chicago flag, multiple, flying around. When I saw that, I had to double back. I'm like, wait, did I see that? How do they miss that in editing?
I think it's, I think what happened was they went to the generic city shots and they were like, seems fine.
Yeah, I did not notice that. But it doesn't bother me either.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a thing. It's just a stupid thing, but it's kind of like you're trying to set up your movie. But keep it consistent, people.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the flags there, you could probably get away with it, but I don't know. Maybe it's because we live in the Chicagoland area that the Chicago flag is well known to us, and someone living elsewhere wouldn't pick up on that, but I don't know.
It's just, it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to, find inexpensive establishing shots of New York. They're probably all in the same file.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good, as it were. And the last shot before they cut to her office, where we meet her and her generic best friends.
Yeah.
It's.
Do you think the friends ever got names? Because I feel like they didn't.
Doesn't matter.
Friend 1, Friend 2, and Friend 3.
It was the stereotypical sassy black friend and sassy gay friend that you see in every one of these movies.
Yeah.
They could be literally anyone.
Mm-hmm. And her two only friends. I love it in these types of movies, like the main character, his or her only friends are the people that she shares a cubicle with in her office.
And they're always together when she calls them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also great.
Yeah. One of the things that irked me was that the royalty just clearly assumed that, this must be the tutor. Let's just roll forward and let's just let you spend all this time with the little girl.
Yeah, well, they don't care. We've established that the royalty in this movie does not care.
Yeah.
He's not the prince. Okay. He's the prince. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, my major question, too, is why do we go straight to the cousin? Why can't Princess Little Kid be
I thought that's what they were going to go for.
They did. I will, to the movie's credit, they did explain that away. That according to the royal rules, it has to go to a male heir.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
sexist pigs.
But don't you think he could have also had an acorn that said hey, so you've got acorn number 1, and it says, just kidding, I know my kid was adopted, but I'm not that much of a dick. But then acorn number 2 could say, also it just occurred to me that, my daughter is also a person, and she could also be royalty if my Playboy son just, falls off the earth.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We need a plot for A Christmas Prince 2. Christmas Princess. So
yeah, I really thought, I predicted, I mean, albeit wrong, was that the little girl would have become Queen of England or Queen of Moldavia, she would pardon, or the prince would end up being like, yeah, I never really wanted to be king anyways. So him and the writer were just going to go and elope because it's like, That's...
And they'll take over her dad's restaurant, and it'll be...
Honestly, I mean, because he clearly did not want to be king. But then he's like, oh, fine. I'll be king.
Since it turns out my dad loves me.
Yeah.
So,
pretty amazing.
Yeah. So that is that.
So can we just talk for a second about... I was very disappointed in terms of the casting of this movie because, while I think that Amber had some personality and some spunk and was like, felt as much like a person as a person in a romantic comedy can feel like. Because, all romantic comedies exist in this parallel universe where, like, your best friends are the only two people you've ever spoken to. And, like, your dad really invested in your love life. So, like, obviously, there's only can, like, be a full person.
Uh-huh.
But she still felt like a person to me, whereas the prince was, like, basically a cardboard out.
Prince Bland.
But didn't even have, like, the decency to be, like, hot,
That is sexist, and a person's more than their gen.
Okay. Are they, though? I'm just saying, there's so many young, hot waiters in L.A. out there. I think one of them could have been in this,
I don't know. But yeah, he totally was Prince Bland.
Yeah.
So bland.
And his name is like Ben Lamb. The actor's name.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It had some nice side characters.
Wait, is that true? Like, his last name was Bland?
Lamb. Lamb.
Lamb. Okay.
Lamb.
I got you.
Well, I guess that's just sheep, but you know what I mean. Lamb. It would be awesome. It was better off, just about. Like, I like seeing Sarah Douglas. It's good to see that she's still getting work. And Alice Cridge. I'm always a pleasure when she pops up in things, but...
These names that you just thing to me.
They're...
Okay, Alice Cridge is the queen, the old queen.
Yes.
Sarah Douglas is Mrs. Averill, the...
Goings of the house. They've popped up in a couple of genre things, so, just... It's always fun when I see them. Sarah Douglas's probably biggest claim to fame is she played one of the villains in one of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. And Alice Cridge is... I'm sure she's known for a bunch of things, but I know her best as being the Borg Queen in Star Trek First Contact.
That is what she is most known for.
So,
right. Jen, what else is on your mind about this movie?
So yeah, we need a hotter dude. Blogs don't make any money. What else? I have to question if the government had survived without, like, a monarch in place for over a year, or for almost a year, I really feel like they could just be a democracy.
Yeah.
It might be kind of like England, where the monarchy really don't do anything, and the prime minister just is like the quote-unquote real leader.
I mean, probably. But then I also feel like you could give up your throne because who cares?
Well, true.
Yeah. No, I thought it was very interesting how, I have to say, I do think, the movie was clearly written by Americans, or other people who are probably not part of any sort of monarchy, because I feel like it was sort of a very American conception of what, like, the monarchy does all day, which is just like, walk around, maybe shoot arrows straight into the castle.
Yeah, as classic as can be, just like, dude.
Like,
hey, let's not sell the filmmakers too short. After all, the guy who directed this also directed the 1998 classic Chairman of the Board, starring Carrot Top. So,
what a guy.
He has a fine repertoire with stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Sure. But yeah, no, I mean, I'll say this. I think it's kind of interesting because Netflix has done pretty well with a lot of their TV series, but I haven't seen their movies really take off in the same way. And I think there is something to be said for the sort of traditional studio-based movie system the way we have it. 2 years of hearing updates and, they cast somebody in this and this person's set to direct, and these pages of the script leaked, or, here's a picture from the set or whatever. And I think with a lot of these Netflix movies, you don't really have any buildup. It's just one day you turn on Netflix, and Netflix is like, what if you watch this thing? Because you are also on Netflix. Oh, yeah. No, so they don't have, in the same way that, like, the Hallmark movie channel has, like, a certain base of customers, right? Like, anyway, so I listened to a podcast recently where they interviewed a woman named Kelly Martin, who is definitely someone who, if you look her up, you will recognize her. She was on ER. She was in, like, Troop Beverly Hills. She was, podcast is called I Think You're Interesting. And they interviewed her, and it's like a, kind of a culture-y podcast where Todd Vanderwerf interviews different people who are involved in various aspects of pop culture. And so he interviews Kelly Martin, and, she, I guess, has, I've not seen any of her Hallmark movies, but I guess she does, 3 or 4 of them a year, and she likes them because it's, a guaranteed 15 days of work. And, the audience, likes her a lot. Like, they have certain people. And, she said the Hallmark Channel is very great at, knowing who their customers are and who they want to see in movies. So they tend to cast the same people again and again because, they know they want to see Kelly Martin in a Christmas movie, wearing sweaters or whatever. So I think something like that works out very well because you have the built-in customer base, whereas Netflix doesn't seem to have really been able to capitalize on movies the way they've been able to capitalize on TV shows. And I'm a little curious if you guys have any thoughts as to why that is, why we're not really seeing Netflix movies take off in the same way that we see, the Netflix TV shows get some cultural cachet.
Because I just don't think that they're that good yet. I mean...
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm looking over a list, and every now and again you'll get some buzz.
Well, I mean, look at Stranger Things. Stranger Things is doing awesome, but it's just because that is legitimate.
Right. Well, their TV, I think what Jen was saying is the TV shows seem to get good critical buzz overall, or get, even the shitty ones like Fuller House get, but, their movies, their movies, I'm looking at a list of their movies, and it seems like every now and again you'll get one that gets some sort of, articles or buzz about it, but I think mostly because it's connected to something else. Like, they did the sequel to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Well, that was a popular movie that they're connected with. They had what was it? They did a Pee Wee Herman movie a couple years ago, and Adam Sandler signed a deal with Netflix to make 6 different movies with them, and so that got some buzz as well because it's Adam Sandler. But your random movies here, it's like there's nothing that's going to appeal. Like, they don't have a niche, as it were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting to see, if they could maybe, springboard this into a set audience of people who come to Netflix, even if it's, so either they can improve and they can make really good movies, or they can make more good bad movies that can become events for people to kind of rally behind. But it'll be interesting to see if they're able to parlay the success they had with the Christmas Prince into a more focused set of movies, or if they can kind of be known as the Hallmark Channel 2 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, funny you mentioned that. Just recently, this movie was kind of talked about probably because it starred Will Smith. Bright.
I want to watch this really bad just because I've heard so much about how bad it is.
Yeah, and the movie's getting shredded in the reviews, but already Netflix ordered a sequel to it.
Really?
And, yeah, and probably because it got either a lot of not positive buzz, but a lot of early buzz and interest, and I'm guessing there are a lot of clicks or downloads when it was released on the 22nd, that they're like, all right, people are checking it out, we're going to make a sequel to it. Now,
so it's not whether it's good or not, it's they are seeing raw numbers out of this.
Mm-hmm. Same reason why the Transformer movies keep, crapping out a new one every couple of years.
Yeah.
And here, I said this before, I'll say it again, it's not, people love to mock Americans and, Americans like stupid movies. Well, I will tell you this. It's not America that's making Transformers a billion-dollar film franchise.
That's fair.
It's the overseas market who are way less, surprisingly, way less disconcerting when it comes to their movies. Oh, there's big action in it. We'll go and see it.
Well, in part because those are movies that can be translated very easily.
True.
Yeah, whereas like comedies don't tend to do well. American comedies don't tend to do well abroad because, there's like cultural differences. I mean, even just like when we were talking about, the British humor, the British like sensibility, that's pretty much for British people. And then that like 2% of Americans who think they're real special because they like read Jane Austen when they were teenagers.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you have this movie here. Netflix had a not only the Christmas Prince within a month, and maybe they're thinking about where they're going to focus their movies a little bit more. Rise above the current. I mean, say what I'm recommend a Christmas Prince to anyone.
Absolutely, but you should probably have some spiked eggnog.
This would be a good movie to like sit down and like mock and ridicule as you're watching it.
Absolutely.
I would not recommend it. I would not recommend this movie in particular. I would recommend the genre.
You would just give it to people. You'd buy the Blu-ray and gift it because of how great it is. I won't recommend it.
Hallmark and roll forward.
Even though you say this is going to be a yearly tradition, a double bill with Santa Sleigh.
Early. This is, a check mark on the list for December. This is something to look forward to.
Because that's how you should. That's how you should digest your entertainment. Just check marking and shoveling it down.
Hey, sometimes you just got when you have a big list, you just gotta add some checks.
You also don't have to have a big list.
Well, I mean,
one out there.
Somebody's got to have tradition.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I have some trivia for you guys.
Trivia time.
It's trivia time.
So Rose McIver, who was in this movie, she's also done. She's currently in the TV show iZombie, which is on the CW. I've never really watched iZombie. I've only seen bits of it because it's on right after The Flash, which I typically watch, and my DVR usually cuts out after the first 2-3 minutes of the show. But she seems fun in that show. She seems like she's a fun actress. But did you know that earlier in her career, she was a Power Ranger?
No way.
She was a series regular on Power Rangers RPM, one of the spin-off of the Power Rangers shows.
Was she pink or yellow?
She was the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Summer Lansdowne was her name.
And I think we talked about the movie last summer, but that I watched a good amount of as a child, and now completely zero facts about it. Like, just every bit of it is gone from my head, which is crazy, because I could probably recite, certain, episodes completely gone.
Yes, she was in Power Rangers.
Look at that, she is.
In 2009, so about a little under was on that show.
Of that season of Power Rangers? Looks like they were race cars, I think.
Does it matter, really?
Is race cars a theme?
Let's see. I'm reading the storyline here. A computer virus called Ventrix takes over Earth's computers, creates an army, grinder droids, and destroys or enslaves almost all of humanity. Only the city of Corinth remains, protected by an impenetrable force from fear of the wasteland outside. Ventrix tries various plans to destroy Corinth, and Dr. K's RPM Power Rangers fight to protect it.
Okay.
Here we go. RPM was later established to be an alternate universe from the other series of the Power Rangers franchise, which explains, I guess, why Earth was destroyed in this one. So,
you gotta walk that one back if you're gonna have more Power Rangers.
Right. So, there you go. It lasted for 32 episodes, so I don't know if that's one of the longer or shorter ones of the Power Rangers seasons.
It looks so confusing because it's kind of the same, but not really, and also completely different.
That's like someone's like OkCupid profile. I like to go out and
party, and I got quiet nights in. It's like, what?
Which
Yeah.
So that is my trivia for today, for Christmas Prince.
Well, that's pretty fantastic.
Well, I guess that's all I got.
Yeah.
I guess technically this is our first episode of the new year, so that's awesome.
Happy New Year. Oh, this will be released, assuming that I do my proper duties. This will be released on New Year's Day. So you guys have no excuse not to listen to it because most everybody has the day off. And if you're not listening to our podcast, are you really living?
That's true. Mm-hmm. And it's the perfect cure for a hangover.
Yes. And if you're not hungover on New Year's Day, what are you doing with your life? I mean, you guys, Nick and the Kiwi are excused because they are doing their own thing right now.
Yeah, the Kiwi's about ready to have a
little Kiwi.
A little Kiwi,
you don't think
yeah.
39 weeks is a good time to start
Goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
Chug it. Chug it!
Alright, we ready to close this bad boy out? Unless you got something.
I got nothing.
Jen?
I'm just hanging out.
Alright.
I guess I have an announcement. Stay tuned for an audio play in the near future. Future. Well, I guess let's get out of here, huh?
Sounds good.
So, thanks for listening, everyone. Once again, I'm Nick.
I'm the Go-Round.
And I'm Jen.
And this has been the all-new Culture Cast. We will see you next week. You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast, one of Chicagoland's finest podcasts.
Fall asleep to death.
Blog at znculturecast.wordpress.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by Ben Saltwater Production. Copyright 2017. Thanks for listening.